Hey, this is Hayato with Android Central. We're here in New York City checking out the new HTC U12 Plus. This is the only model they're announcing at the moment. There's no regular U12, so why is it called the Plus? We'll figure that out in the video. Let's take a look. So here it is, the HTC U12 Plus. It's big, it's beautiful, and if you live in the States, it's kind of unattainable. This phone works on AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, but you won't be able to actually buy one from any of those carriers. Instead, you'll need to order it directly from HTC or Amazon if you want to get your hands on one. The phone itself is gorgeous. It comes in 3 colors, including ceramic black, flame red, and my personal favorite, translucent blue, which has a sort of see-through effect. So why the Plus moniker when there's only one phone in the lineup? HTC says it wanted to emphasize that this is a big phone with a big screen, and it is. There's a 6-inch Super LCD 6 panel on board, and like the U11 Plus and most modern flagships, it takes on the 18:9 aspect ratio with a Quad HD Plus resolution. The fingerprint sensor has been moved around back, and it sits below 2 rear cameras. This is the first time HTC has tried its hand at dual cameras since the One M8 back in 2014. You get a 12 megapixel primary and a 16 megapixel telephoto sensor, and oh, there are 2 cameras on the front as well, both 8 megapixel wide angle sensors for group selfies and portrait shots. I haven't had the chance to try any of the cameras for myself yet, but DxOMark gave the U12 Plus a score of 103, which is second only to the Huawei P20 Pro at 109, so things are looking pretty good. The internal specs are no slouch either. There's a Snapdragon 845 inside, keeping the Android 8 experience running smoothly, along with 6GB of RAM and either 64 or 128GB of expandable storage. There's also a 3500 mAh battery that's compatible with Quick Charge 4, but even though the U12 Plus is made of glass, there's frustratingly no wireless charging here. There's also no headphone jack, so get ready to carry a dongle for wired audio, but there's also no display notch, so let's call it a wash. Maybe the most interesting part of the U12 Plus hardware is the fake buttons along the side. Just like the Force Touch trackpad on a MacBook, the U12 Plus buttons don't actually move, they just sense when you press down on them and click back at you. HTC says this helps with the phone's water sealing, and though it didn't work perfectly on the pre-production units I handled, I think it's an interesting idea at the very least. Speaking of pressure, the biggest update to the U12 Plus is EdgeSense 2, improving upon the U11's pressure sensitivity. Now, along with squeezing the phone to trigger a shortcut, you can double tap on either side to shrink down the screen into one-handed mode. It even follows which side you tap. The U12 Plus can also feel when you're holding it vertically and automatically lock and unlock the orientation accordingly. Or you can reprogram the pressure-sensitive shortcuts to do basically whatever you want them to do. It's unclear how many of these new, light touch features will work with the phone in a case, but it's obvious that HTC is putting a lot of focus in its EdgeSense technology this time around. If all of this sounds good to you, you can pre-order the U12 Plus right now from HTC or Amazon, but be warned, HTC is viewing this as a premium handset, and it is priced that way. The 64GB U12 Plus will run you a hefty $799 in the US, add another $50 for the 128GB trim, and that's priced right in line with top-tier phones like the Galaxy S9 and LG G7. Whether the U12 Plus is worth your while for that kind of cash, we'll have to wait for our full review. If you want a more in-depth look at the U12 Plus, hop on over to AndroidCentral.com where we have a complete first impressions piece and links on where to pre-order the phone. Before you go though, make sure you're subscribed to be notified of any new videos on the U12 Plus or any other Android device. Once again, this is Hayato with Android Central. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.